Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon, where I'll be talking about the movies, of course, TV shows and whatnot. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, we're talking about. So okay, I'll be talking about Star Wars related content. Like for this Disney-a-thon, I've been doing a lot of Disney Star Wars related content anyway, so hell, what's another one I guess? All right, then this is gonna be again a response to this individual again because he seems to take a piss out of Disney, which he's been doing anyway. But this is gonna be, I guess, a bit more specifically to one of the Star Wars TV programs that Disney had produced, and he's basically just responding to certain changes, certain diverse cast and whatnot. And yes, he's getting triggered over, oh no, diversity, that's evil. So of course he had received a lot of heat for, of course, attacking trans women, and which I think is weird. Yeah, he really seems to go after the trans women primarily. I mean, he go after the gays, lesbians, of course, but he really seems to have a serious hate boner towards trans women. I mean, were you rejected by one of them, mate? Is that what it was? I don't know. It seems kind of weird, if you ask me. I mean, granted, this entire thing is weird. Of course, this entire thing is weird anyway, because of all the things you can be using your time up, it has to be this. So you get mad at Disney and Star Wars just for being inclusive. That's basically what this is about. At least one of the Star Wars program is in this one. Alright, with that being said, let's just get into it, shall we? So here we go. Yeah.
All right, another story here. Daily Wire. The Mandalorian recently surprised fans with two cameo guest appearances, Lizzo and Jack Black. The two actors were featured.
Let's be honest here, even though I do believe that a lot of you Christians are incapable of doing that, but you're just mad diversity. That's it. That's just because Disney wants to be among inclusive with different individuals, with different backgrounds, and have a variety of different stories somehow equals to bad quality and content. Bad writing, bad acting, bad plot, bad everything. Just because of that. Everest and I still have to deal with some of these morons, even in his own channel, because these jackasses over here seem to just keep continuing leaving really stupid comments. I mean, really stupid. Why are you playing the victim here? You are not the victim, yet you're acting like you are. This is so dumb.
In Wednesday's episode, Chapter 22, Guns for Hire. And so Lizzo and Jack Black appeared on the Disney Star Wars show. The clip of this episode, this scene with Lizzo, went viral, not for the reasons that Disney probably hoped.
It's because people like you keep taking the footage out of context, which you Christians often do, and act as if it's a bad thing going on here.
But let's just watch a little bit of this.
Despicable. If that isn't the quactor calling the stifling slimy. I beg you.
So okay, he's showing a clip here. So what's the plot exactly? So Jack Black is playing a character here, like some kind of general of some kind, and there's a woman of color. Is that what you're getting mad? There's some people of different countries and whatnot, and different backgrounds, as I said, on the show. So you mean to tell me you're willing to accept a variety of different aliens from very different planets? That seems still okay. But if two characters from two different races are interacting with each other and that's bothering you, what are you trying to get out here, mate? This somehow is triggering you with some kind of response from you. So again, and again, and again, and again, like I would ask, what's the problem exactly? What's the issue? But seriously, what is the exact problem here exactly? You have not addressed anything. Again. So what? Okay?
Like that's the show. That's what Disney is putting out.
What is Disney putting out? You still haven't addressed anything. Again, like I just asked, like I literally just asked. What's the problem exactly? What is it? Seriously, what is it? What? And of course, don't get this the wrong way either, okay, folks? Just to be perfectly clear, alright? I'm not saying that Star Wars can't be criticized, as it should, as long as constructive criticism, of course. But there's a difference between that and what Matt Walsh is doing. He's just flat out bashing. It just makes him uncomfortable to see people who are different than he is interacting with each other in some shape or form. Hell, I've criticized the Star Wars franchise as a whole, because no franchise out there is above criticism. They'll all be guilty of something, I guess, but I'm just saying you, okay?
It has the cinematic quality of a furniture store commercial. Like the guy who made the ad for Bill's Mattress Warehouse down the street from your house is a more skilled director and cinematographer than whoever's responsible for this utter dreck. And the actors in mattress commercials and car dealership commercials are better also than what you just...
Oh, sure. Let's just insult the acting here because you don't know what's going on in the show. I'm pretty damn sure you never saw it before. You're just aware of this because just a bunch of hearsay. Because, like you were saying, you saw this clip on social media. It could be on Twitter, it could be on Facebook, or whatever else there is. Snapshot, I don't know. All these social media just saw lots of, well, I guess, buzz, if that's the proper word to say here. You just saw a lot of people complaining about this specific clip that you just showed. Oh, now you're just going to bash on it because uh, well, everybody's joining the hate background again to hate Star Wars. It's just in this particular Star Wars clip you just showed with these two individuals interacting. I'm not giving much context here. What's the context? This is nothing more than just a logical fallacy. Again. Okay, be a bit more specific on my part. It's what you got an echo chamber, bunch of yes men agreeing to him and just pretty much kissing his ass cheeks and just obeying whatever he's saying because oh boy, this is so stupid. I need a drink. But agreeing with him because apparently he knows what's right. Since everybody has a similar point of views, of course we're gonna agree with him because again he knows the ropes, so to speak. But okay, whatever.
Just saw there. You've heard me talk about how important it is to have a VPN to protect your online privacy, but choosing a VPN you trust is equally as important. I like to do research on my sponsors, and I only recommend brands to my listeners that I believe in and that I use, and I use ExpressVPN. To actually stop people from monitoring your online activity, you need to do what I do and use ExpressVPN. Think about...
This guy says he does research. We all know that he really doesn't. So you basically make this video as a way to give a shout out to your sponsor. And we all know that a lot of people seem to hate Star Wars these days. And he knows that we know that people do that. People who hate Star Wars these days will go to his video and blah, 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 blah. He's just using this as a way to get his sponsorship in there. I guess he just comes up with those rage bait type videos again. Which, again, we are fully aware will get the views. And he's aware. And that's money. Which I find, again, like I said, one of my previous videos seems awfully hypocritical. He does not want that money, that viewership, to go to Disney, but he damn well take it for himself. So, this just seems weird. This seems really odd when you think about it. See, okay, this is stupid. So, he wants the money, he wants your money, but don't give your money to Disney. All right.
This is what we get, okay? This is what we get for mindlessly handing our money over to these studios who have been milking the same franchises for decades and just putting the same thing out over and over and over again. They aren't even trying anymore. They don't care.
You care enough to make a response to this. Again, you still need to see the show. You have not seen the show whatsoever. And here you are complaining about there's nothing left. Star Wars is dead. And that's a complete lie because they got a lot of this stuff from the books. They got a lot of this stuff from the lore. So again, what the hell are you even talking about?
They hate. We already know that these studios hate you. They don't respect your intelligence. They think you're an idiot and will gobble up whatever they spew out. They know you're going to watch anyway because of the brand. That's all it is. And at this point, instead of watching the next Star Wars movie...
Why does it matter anyway what they do for the next Star Wars movie? You're going to just shit on it regardless of what they do. It doesn't matter how great it is. It doesn't matter how good it is. Either way, regardless of its quality, regardless of what they do, whatever the storyline is, you're still going to shit on it regardless. You still didn't explain what the story is. Who are the characters in this Star Wars show? You're just attacking it, just join the hate background just because.
Show. You might as well sit for 2 hours in your living room staring at the Star Wars logo on your screen. There's no point in watching the actual.
Again, why do you care anyway? You're just gonna attack it just to do it. As I said quite a few times already by this point, you have a hate boner towards Disney. So whatever they do, regardless of what they do or how they do it, or how well written it is, you're still gonna attack it anyway, regardless. It just bothers you that Disney has the rights. That's it. That's literally it.
There's no story anymore. That doesn't matter. All of that is secondary. It's simply about the brand. You're watching a brand. And when you watch these shows and these films now, you're basking in the light and glory of a brand.
Another thing I don't understand is that when Disney actually doesn't attempt to make new stories, different stories, and not just copy and paste the same formula like 50 times over, a lot of you people, a lot of you Christians, either completely ignore it or just complain about it. Even when they try to do something more original, the directors, I mean, it goes on the radar, just like what happened with Brave. Not that many people bring it up, though. Not that many people are really mentioning it, really. At least not as often as some of the other Princess movies, anyway. So this often gets ignored for some bizarre reason. I actually thought it was a pretty good movie, actually. It just feels like an unrated gem, if you ask me, but whatever.
And so you might as well. There's no reason to just. That's what Disney should do. The next Star Wars movie should be 2.5 hours of the Star Wars logo on the screen, or maybe some guy, or maybe Lizzo, sitting on screen and just saying Star Wars over and over again.
And as I said over and 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 over again, is that why does it matter? You're not going to watch it. Just like with a lot of these princess movies, when they try to do something different, a lot of people just ignore it. And these are the same people who would complain about Disney reciting the same story. And then when they do something more original, it's completely ignored. So it always just seems one of those situations. Damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because it's a catch-22. That's what this is. Even when they're trying to be more creative, like Moana, not a whole lot of people are talking about it. That is not as often anyway. So it just seems rather confusing if you ask me. But yet here we are again. Ugh.
As a story, okay, and I've been trying to tell you this forever. As a story, Star Wars is over.
Says who? No, seriously, that's a genuine question. Says who? Star Wars has always been doing financially well, maybe except for what Han Solo, but for the vast majority of these movies have made a lot of money. So again, says who?
As a brand, it's not, because there are still these.
You just straight up contradict yourself with that sentence right there. It's over, but it's not. 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 Which is it? It's over or it's not. But you're saying it's both at the same time. All you're doing is just redefining the definition of a certain words. You realize you don't have an argument in that case. You can't just redefine a certain word and claim to know what you're talking about. This is just ridiculous.
Drones who will show up and no matter what. But as a story, it's over. There's nothing left. Okay, we got every.
If I don't like it, neither should you. That's how it's coming off here. If I don't like Star Wars, well, the new Star Wars anyway, neither should you. What is this, grade school? That's how it's coming off. This comes off like grade school. You're just some little kid who's doing a tantrum. Oh, you don't like the new Star Wars movie? Neither should you. Whatever you like, everybody likes it. Whatever you don't like, neither should everyone else. So in other words, stop liking what I don't like. That's how it's coming off. Again, what is happening here exactly? I have no idea. He just seems to have during a fit just because Disney is trying to do some kind of diversity kind of thing. But what's wrong here? You still didn't explain anything. You're just doing a fit just for its own sake. It's like a little baby who hasn't got his little bottle. Well, you need your mommy to come over there? During the last segment here, folks, he just keeps regurgitating the same thing over and over again. It sucks. 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 That's all he's saying. It sucks. It sucks. It's like He goes on to say that the entire franchise, the simple premise, has been milked to death. Which, of course, again, speaking of regurgitating, I feel like I'm regurgitating myself at this point because that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. Okay, even if that was true, even if Disney has milked this to death and the cow is dead, even if that was true, y'all didn't mind that before. People like him, like Matt Walsh over here, y'all did not mind this before. What I'm talking about is the Star Wars expanded universe, the comic books, the novels, the short stories, the video games, the the TV specials, they read comics, animated shows, live action shows. There's like a whole plethora of stuff that Disney had made along with George Lucas. Not only that, there's also so many movies. There's almost 20 movies of Star Wars. Nearly 20. Nearly 20 of Star Wars movies. What I'm getting at, what I'm wondering here is that you didn't mind this before. A lot of you Star Wars fans, or so-called Star Wars fans, y'all did not mind this before. So those already a truck ton of Star Wars books. I mean a lot. I do mean a lot. Those mounds and mounds, and then do mean mounds of Star Wars books. There's so many Star Wars books, I've lost count. So yes, there was already an absurd amount of Star Wars books that were already published before the Disney Star Wars fan base were going, uppity here when Disney bought the rights. They were already milking this already before George Lucas handed over his franchise, his baby, like he mentioned, to Disney. The book writers, the publisher and whatnot, were already milking the same story like 80 times over, 90 times over, 100 times over. They were already repeating the same thing on repeat. So how is it that now suddenly, out of the blue, you have a problem with this? And then Disney, we have their own takes on certain storylines. Sure, that's true. But again, when it comes to regurgitating the same story like 50 times over, like I just said a moment ago, a lot of you Star Wars fans did not mind this before. Now it's suddenly an issue. All of a sudden. And don't give me that, oh, it's the woke stuff. It was already woke. So Star Wars was, believe it or not, it was already woke. It was already enlightened, however you want to phrase that. I mean, yes, I understand that the woke culture could be toxic, which is true. And yes, you could celebrate the LGBT plus community and keep it separate from the woke culture. And because sometimes they can be hypocritical, and that's true. But what we're trying to get at, it was already political. It was already about feminism. Other stuff like these people would be complaining about, like Matt Walsh and everyone else, it was already there. It was already there. And again, it was already there. I mean, yes, of course, there should be more to the characters than politics. Po- Politics should not be the only thing that's going on here. Again, that's very true. And but what I don't get is that Matt Washer, he don't care. He doesn't care. He wants to go on with his agenda. If it goes against his agenda, oh, it's the liberal woke agenda. That's their own myths of corrupt entertainment, which is a lie, because it's the kind of thing I heard for years and years before this. When it comes to the rise of the LGBT rights, when it comes to like the 1990s or the early 2000s, people were even complaining about this content even back then. So having Matt Walsh and other religious people spoke about before, like Ben Shapiro, Kevin Swanson, E.W. Jackson, just to name a few. So having them complaining about this kind of thing now is nothing new. And so yeah, you can't have it your way. You can't always have it your way. It just seems it's just confusing. They just want everything to be their way. They want the LGBT plus community or people from different countries to be in the shadow. You can be seen but not heard, kind of a deal here. They don't want these people to be represented in a TV show like Star Wars. And if you notice, Matt Walsh didn't explain anything. Nothing again was ever explained about anything. So I'm just confused here as to what's the problem exactly. What is the issue per se? I don't know. Whatever his explanation was, it wasn't a good one. The lack of logic, whatever it was, It's made up. Whatever he's talking about is made up. When it comes to having an argument with somebody, you don't necessarily have to belittle anybody, okay? Which he did. He had done that very often. He belittles everybody who doesn't agree with him because apparently he has a good point. And if you did have a good point, a legitimate one that is, you don't have to belittle people to get that point across, which he didn't. So instead, like as I said a moment ago, he just acts like a little kid throwing a tantrum. He's just throwing a tantrum just because. No reason. Literally just because. It just seems odd. You're a grown-ass man. You're grown. You're not a little toddler. You're not a little kid anymore. You're not in middle school. You don't need daddy and mommy to hold your hands 24/7. So just grow up is what I'm getting at. Just grow up. Christ, my head hurts. It's just, yeah. Seriously, I guess that's all I can really say is, it's just, yeah, grow up.
Stu, what are you doing?
Making chocolate pudding.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Why on earth are you making chocolate pudding?
Because I've lost control of my life.